tonight we will expose Team Rhea like never before. And I want to just bring to you this letter because this is a game changer. I want to take you through a couple of messages that were leaked by Team Rhea. And I'm saying leaked because the messages normally show a date, they show a time, but nothing was visible on these messages. So I want to say that these leaked messages, which were leaked a couple of days back, Team Rhea had alleged that all these messages were written by Sushant to Rhea. Some of them had been written to his sister Priyanka and later forwarded to Rhea. Words like pure evil, manipulating. This is the letter. Sushant asked Rhea, how's my baby doing? Not great. My sister is now manipulating Sid Bhai, playing a victim card, trying to actually deliver a completely different picture and physically punishing her for the act. It is too much and this is a severe disappointment. Please call after your meeting. And this message is to Priyanka. You do this after the shameful act, making this a corrupt and a cover-up to attract attention, playing a victim card. And this was a letter that was, this was a message after allegations were made by Rhea about molestation attempts by Priyanka. And he says that if you are blinded by your ego, God bless you. This is what Sushant had written to Priyanka. I want to just draw your attention that this is Priyanka and this is Sushant. The two shared a very, very close relationship, and this is what Rhea had shared, that Sushant was actually very angry and very disturbed with Rhea. And he said to Sid, Priyanka has hit you, Sid, in front of my eyes. And he said, she is pure evil. She is manipulating. And he says, I'm worried by my sister. I am worried why she is acting like this. She is pure evil. This is what Rhea had exposed these messages. Now, if you look at these messages, there are no dates. The messages that we have from the family, they have dates, they have times, but here we can't see any dates. They've been clipped off and given. No dates visible here. Pure evil is what she wants the world to believe, that Sushant thought Priyanka was pure evil, and the family itself is not a good family. And even the talk of Sushant Singh Rajput's father having two marriages, a second marriage now, all of this was put out in the public domain. Pure evil is Priyanka. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you the other side of this story. And this is the letter. This, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time you're seeing Sushant Singh Rajput's writing, and this is what he says. For my best Sona Chidiya. Sona Chidiya is what he calls Priyanka. From the immense width of my soul to the depth and web of my knowledge, and then the deserving keeper of my mother's light. In the dark unfolding of any judgment, you are my marker and you are my fact. Ladies and gentlemen, does a brother write such a letter to a sister he thinks is pure evil? And then he says, and then you, my ravishing sister, are also my pauses in my betweens, between love and respect, your confused bhai. And then he makes a smiley. This is the letter Sushant Singh Rajput wrote in April 2019. He wrote this letter, we are being told by the family, in front of Rhea. It is because of this letter that Rhea did not like the relationship between brother and sister and wanted to make trouble. This is what the family alleges. We don't know. But I want to read this letter again for you. And look at the heartfelt letter. For my my best Sona Chidiya, from the immense width of my soul to the depth and web of my knowledge, and then the deserving keeper of my mother's light. He compares her to his mother, and you know he was very fond of his mother. He's even put out a tweet on his timeline. And then he says, in the dark unfolding of any judgment, you are my marker and you are my fact. Guiding light of his life was his sister Priyanka, who's Sona Chidiya. And then you, my ravishing sister, are also my pauses in my betweens. Poetic. Extremely poetic, extremely deep, extremely emotional, extremely touching. A brother and sister's bond. Between love and respect, your confused pie. This is the letter Sushant Singh Rajput wrote to his sister Priyanka. Let me get in my colleague Padmaja Joshi. Padmaja, pure evil is what Riya wants the world to believe was the relationship between Sushant and his sister Priyanka. What is this poetic letter that Sushant wrote in his own writing? And it's not a formal letter, it's a note on a copy that he had or a diary that he had, and he's just written a few lines for her and then sent it. And look at the way the sister seems to have kept it with her. There are folds. अच्छे से फोल्ड करके एक बहन ने भाई का खत अपने पास रखा. Is this a relationship between Sushant and pure evil, Padmaja?
Well, it's interesting that this is, we must also tell our viewers that this is a letter that was written apparently in 2019 April. That's around the time when Sushant wrote this letter. Incidentally, February 2019 is where his film Son Chidiya was released. So perhaps, you know, he's taken it from there. A few months later, he writes this letter calling his sister my best Sona Chidiya. That's why the single quotes, because he's punning on his own film's name perhaps. And again, the language here obviously speaks about a close bond between brother and sister. However, Team Riya seems to allege at this time that in the subsequent months there was a falling out, and which is why perhaps those subsequent chats that were exchanged, which Team Riya has put out, where he talks about his elder sister. This incidentally is Priyanka. What's also important is that Sushant's sister, who stays in the United States, soon after those WhatsApp chats came out, where Sushant was heard describing this sister, which is Priyanka, also known as Sonu Di, he was describing her as his best because, and he says in the interview, she just gets me. So, you know, earlier the family put that out, and now, of course, you've got this letter. Just to take our viewers again through this, where he calls her the deserving keeper of my mother's light. Very interesting, because again the family has said this is someone who almost you know, treated Sushant like her son, took care of him. She was the eldest among all the sisters, so there was a very caring relationship between the two. Sushant obviously was very, very close to his mother, spoke often about her. So here he talks about this lady Priyanka as the deserving keeper of my mother's light in the dark unfolding of any judgment. You are my marker and you are my fact. Then you are my ravishing sister, and also the pause in my betweens, between love and respect. So everything the family has been saying so far seems to be borne out by this letter as well. Obviously a huge age difference. She's the eldest sister, but they have a bond which is between love and respect. He almost sees a reflection of his own mother in his eldest sister. This written in April 2019. Was there subsequently a souring of relations? Was there a falling out? That's what Team Riya seems to say at this point. But this letter definitely speaks
but
of a very
Padmaja,
deep
the
bond.
family also says that this letter was written in front of Riya. Why don't I ask you another question? Was Riya making allegations against Priyanka to sour the relationship? She had a goal. It's a question anybody will ask. It's a logical question. Whether this was before or after can determine what is the position Riya did. You know, women can be possessive. It's been seen in Indian families that, you know, the wife or the girlfriend doesn't really like too much of the man's relationships with his own family. It's happened. All our Saas Bahu serials are made of it. I'm not saying this was one, but I'm just saying that if this was written in front of Ria, those chats that were exposed about pure evil, etc., etc., could they be also out of jealousy?
At this point, Navika, of course, it's a classic case of he said, she said. Ria says she was the one who was standing by. In fact, there is also now a statement by Ria Chakravarti where she says that it's only in the October vacation that they undertook to Europe where she first started seeing signs of mental health issues in Sushant. He did not get much support, which is why the eventual falling out happened. She says she was the rock. The family refused to reconcile to Sushant's mental health issues, and which is why a falling out happened. Sushant's family, on the other hand, speaks about manipulation, about financial irregularities, her, completely taking over Sushant's life. So yes, right now you've got two versions, and depending on which side you're listening to, two completely different versions about what really was ailing Sushant.
Well, so then let me show you this letter and let me show you the messages that were sent by Sushant Singh Rajput's father to Ria. And this is what Sushant said. My sister is now manipulating Sid Bhai, playing victim card. Message was sent to Ria. But let's look at what the father also wrote to Ria. And I want to ask you this. I want to ask you, this is a November 29th message sent by Ria's father to her. And Sushant's father to Ria, and said, जब तुम जान गई कि मैं सुशांत का पापा हूं तो बात क्यों नहीं की? आखिर बात क्या है? फ्रेंड बनकर उसका देखभाल और उसका इलाज करवा रही हो तो मेरा भी फर्ज बनता है कि सुशांत के बारे में मैं सारी जानकारी मुझे भी मिले, इसलिए कॉल कर मुझे भी सारी जानकारी दो. He asks Ria कि मुझे भी दो, मैं भी बाप हूं उसका, मुझे भी बताओ, तुम उसकी फ्रेंड बनकर देखभाल कर रही हो, मेरा फोन नहीं उठाती हो, मुझे कुछ बताती नहीं हो, वो इस हालत में है नहीं कि वो बताए, पर तुम तो कुछ बताओ. A father writes to Ria in November, and what does he get? A cold shoulder, no response, no reply. And this is not just one message that was sent by Sushant's father. He also wrote to Shruti. And he says, मैं जानता हूं कि सुशांत का सारे कर्ज और उसे भी तुम देखती हो, वो अभी किस स्थिति में है, इसके लिए बात करना चाह रहे थे. कल सुशांत से बात हुई थी तो उसने कह रहा था कि मैं बहुत परेशान हूं. अब तुम सोचो कि एक पिता को कितनी चिंता होगी उसके बेटे की, उसके लिए, इसलिए तुमसे बात करना चाह रहा था. अब तुम बात नहीं कर रही हो तो मैं मुंबई जाना चाहता हूं, फ्लाइट का टिकट भेज दो. He tells Shruti, who has been called by the enforcement directorate. She has been questioned. Shruti and Ria both not responding to the father, the brother writing to the sister. All these notes talk about one thing, that the parent, the father, the family was worried, but nobody from Mumbai was responding. Neither the police, nor Ria, nor the secretary. Just what was going on. So ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight: has Team Ria's slander campaign been nailed? That's the question and the big debate. Sushant letter corners Ria. That's the hashtag and the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Gaurav Bhatia, National Spokesperson, BJP, and Senior Advocate in the Supreme Court, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, Shreya Narayanan, actress, Prateek Som, advocate, Ketan Vaidya, journalist, Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, Dr. Suman Sriraman, also political analyst, and Vikas Gupta, advocate. But my first question goes to Ishkaran Bhandari. And Ishkaran Bhandari, I want to ask you, new facts, new letters, is this the pure evil sister that Ria wanted to make out of Priyanka? This is the letter written by Sushant Singh Rajput himself to his own sister. Is there an attempt to color the relationship between the brother and the sisters?
The curious thing about this case is how Ria keeps complaining about media trial and media coverage, yet selectively keeps leaking to media what she wants to leak. She is probably complaining about Times Now coverage because you are not parroting her version. Let us start. I want to read this. 16th July 20, Ria Chakravarti's official tweet. Respected Amit Shah, sir, I am Sushant Singh Rajput's girlfriend, Ria Chakravarti. It's now over a month since his sudden demise. I have complete faith in the government. However, in the interest of justice, I request with folded hands to initiate a CBI inquiry. So you go public wanting a CBI inquiry because probably you want a good PR. You do not write to Amit Shah in a sealed cover or a letter which you do not publicize. So you do it, it's okay. It's your right to do it. But then when media and Times Now does not parrot your version, does not just carry your version but does investigative journalism and brings out facts, then you release an undated WhatsApp chat in which you attack the family members, again wanting a PR machinery to call it pure evil or whatever was the language used. But you do not show the entire chat. You do not show, if you were so clean, why did you not disclose the entire chat history in public domain? You used Sid Pitani's letter, which I saw on your channel before the Supreme Court petition was filed, his email. So whatever you want to use, you want to put in media. But when a media does an independent job, like you are doing, raises questions, shows this poem of love, affection, and what beautiful language by Sushant Singh Rajput. I was reading it from the width of my soul, basically alluding to how large a human soul is, a person's soul is. So such a person who used to write in such a language from the immense width of my soul, thank you for bringing it on again. And that is the sort of person Sushant Singh Rajput was. You selectively leak it. God knows it's edited or not. Yet when media does the same thing, does investigative journalism, you have a problem. So firstly, make up your mind. You do not want to talk to media, then do not make public disclosure. Don't leak selective WhatsApp chats. Stop telling your PR team to do the strategy. The day of doing this strategy to frame a debates are over. Everybody understands what is happening in this case. And beyond Ria, I would say something more. She is not that powerful. Thank God Times Now is doing the investigation. I was on your 8 p.m. debate. We need to get to the crux of people who had the real power in this case. That is why Mumbai police is behaving the way it is behaving in this case.
Well, Tehseen Poonawalla, I want to ask you, chats released, of course they're released by the family as well, but they have dates and they have continuity. Ria's chats that were released did not have a date. She wants to portray that the brother and sisters had fallen out. I want to ask you, do they fall out with such letters in the background? Why no reference to the kind of relationship? Why only a single black brush being used to picture the relationship in a manner and depict it in a manner that suits Team Ria?
I met Sushant in Pune in Jan at a club. We hung out for a bit, my wife, Dee and I. And I just want to understand, is it possible, because you alluded to this in the starting, for an adult man, very intelligent and who's a lot of depth, the poetry shows he's very emotionally evolved, to be kept away from his family by a woman, perhaps his girlfriend, his wife? Is it possible in this day and age, because that chat was from 2019 November, I met him in Jan 2020, this is before the pandemic, after I came out of Bigg Boss. Is it possible that that's possible? And if that is that evidence in court? I'm a little lost on that. So the second part, and this is where I want to end. I have heard, and I'm going to be very direct here, a lot of rumor mongering about leaders who are not from the BJP. And I'm making this extremely clear on Times Now with all the responsibility on my command. Stop throwing hints. Don't come out with this nonsense that there is some leader, some this, some that. Mumbai police is the best police in this country. It's investigating. The Supreme Court will take cognizance of the matter and will give an order in 2 days. Written submissions will be submitted. But we will not accept leaders being maligned. There is no filth. We know who are the leaders who actually snoop on women. Don't make us go there. Don't do this.
Tehseen Poonawalla, I don't think we need judges in courts anymore. I think you could replace all of them. But Gaurav Bhatia, I want to ask you, Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla just gave a certificate out to the Mumbai police. I don't know about other cases. I'm not commenting on them, but I want to ask you, Gaurav Bhatia, a police that came out and said within minutes of the suicide that it was a suicide. The unnatural death was not even recorded in a manner where the FSL team was brought in on the same day. The FSL team came on day 3. Not one statement, not one, forensic report which can tell you what are the bodily marks on Sushant. Are they natural? They are not natural. There are doctors sitting in California who are giving various theories on WhatsApp. We've got those. You would have seen them. Who said that, there was somebody who was pressing the neck and nerves had got, pressed, and Sushant may have been paralyzed on one side. I want to ask you, the Home Minister of Maharashtra comes out and says that there will be no inquiry. This is a suicide on day 1. When does the Home Minister of a state come out and tell you that there is a suicide case and there is no murder without investigation? And then I want to ask you, Team Ria. Ria sends a WhatsApp message, she tweets a message to the Home Minister of India, wants a CBI inquiry, and now is in court opposing the CBI inquiry. And even if there is a CBI inquiry, it should be in Mumbai so that there is a court in Mumbai. I don't understand any other logic for asking for Mumbai, CBI also in Mumbai. Why, Gaurav Bhatia? Is it because there are powerful people involved who can even possibly fix investigations, fix the way forward?
Let me take it up from where Ishkaran left. And I think that's a very, very valid point. Everybody is raising that point that on 16 July 2020, Ria Chakravarti makes it public that she wants a CBI investigation. A tweet addressed to the Home Minister of the country, Mr. Amit Shah. Today, when the parents of Sushant Singh Rajput are asking for a CBI investigation, why is it that Ria Chakravarti is opposing it? Second, there is a very important principle in law that not only justice needs to be done, it appears to have been done also. And that is why when more than 56 days have passed and Mumbai police did not even care to register an FIR after the 174 CRPC proceedings, why should their role also not be doubted and probed by an independent agency? Second, मेरा कातिल ही मेरा मुंसिफ है, क्या मेरे हक में फैसला देगा? Ria Chakravarti and her team is making allegations. I just heard Padmaja say that. Navika, I'm saying, who's Ria Chakravarti to, raise any allegation? She is herself an accused in the other FIR, and that FIR has been registered by father of Sushant Singh Rajput. Therefore, it is very credible. Second, if Ria Chakravarti, who's watching your program, loved Sushant Singh Rajput, how is it that she doesn't come out to say that I am ready to face CBI, ED or Bihar police because I have nothing to hide? Any person who has nothing to hide would do that. Second, if she really loved Sushant Singh Rajput, why is it that she is taking the insult that has been meted out to the 74-year-old father of Sushant Singh Rajput? These are all questions that show that there is a powerful invisible hand that is operating and influencing the Mumbai police. And therefore, we are very sure that after the hearing in the Honorable Supreme Court, justice will be given to the family members of Sushant Singh Rajput. Navika.
Well, Ketan Vaidya, I want to ask you, she wasn't responding to the father's messages. She wasn't responding. She wasn't probably, I don't know, but Shruti, who's being questioned, also did not respond to the father's message. And all the while, Sushant Singh Rajput was calling his family and saying that he was going through bad times. He was being treated for some mental illnesses. You don't expect the family not to worry about him. And the father was calling, asking for a flight ticket, calling Riya, कि तुम जानती हो मैं उसका बाप हूँ, मुझे बता दो. He was imploring. On the other hand, there is a sister who is being treated like the light was coming out of her. This is the handwritten note that was, sent by Sushant Singh Rajput to his sister. I want to ask you, in the middle of this, you want us to believe that what Riya says is true, that all this was pure evil, and that the only truth that is coming out is from Riya. I want to ask you a simple question. She took Sushant to 4 different types of psychiatrists and experts. And there is a maze of companies, shell companies, that is being looked after and investigated by the Enforcement Directorate. We also know that there was CAs that had been employed. We also know she has a legal team, a PR team that is working for her. We also know that she was in touch with many powerful people. I want to ask you, why should it not be questioned that Riya, who's not really, the most successful of A-listers in Mumbai, how does she have so much of a bandwidth to have support of so many people when Sushant was being cut off from his family? People will ask the question, was it a design?
Well, clearly, cursorily, all these WhatsApp messages that are floating from both the sides, the veracity of the messages, only forensic experts and maybe ED officials would be able to verify that. However, cursorily looking at the matter, it looks that there was some falling off between Riya and Sushant's family. However, I think that currently the scope of investigation is that the fact that ED will look into this alleged financial misappropriations, and all this building up of case either by Sushant's family, as Riya is alleging, or Riya allegedly floating this message, wouldn't serve any purpose, especially now when the Supreme Court is
is that why the Mumbai police did not register a case or did not investigate in February when the family complained to the police? At that time, they knew there was a falling out between Riya and the family of Sushant Singh Rajput, because Tehseen Poonawalla said Mumbai police is the best police in the world, if not in India. I'm asking you, they did not register a complaint. They did not find out about Sushant Singh Rajput's health condition when the family was saying that he was unwell. They did not get a forensic team on the day his body was found. They have not given any details of what has been investigated so far. All they did was a parade of 56 people who were the powerful people of Bollywood without even an FIR. किस लिए बुला रहे हैं आदित्य चोपड़ा को, किस लिए बुला रहे हैं करण जौहर को? Why were they calling so many people without an FIR?
See, till the Mumbai police doesn't decide on culpability of anyone, they will not file an FIR and not file an FIR.
Fantastic. Till they do not decide on the culpability. And I want to bring in Prateek Som, advocate here. Prateek, till they do not decide the culpability, the Mumbai police can do whatever it likes. So Prateek Som, I want to ask you, 2 महीने हो गए, culpability नहीं decide हुई Mumbai police से.
Investigation. That is what I am saying.
Yes, of course. Navika, I would say the counsel for Mumbai police today in Supreme Court mentioned that admittedly all the averments made in the Bihar FIR and are relatable to Mumbai, and all the events are relatable to Mumbai. They admit this. Then what stops them from making, registering an FIR? Now, I want to ask Ketan that which theory of criminal justice system suggests that Mumbai police should not register an FIR in a mysterious death of an individual, leave a Bollywood personality. And after so much dramatization of more than 50 days and 56 statements which they have recorded, I want to ask for what purpose they are recording these statements. there is no concrete action from Mumbai police, and now when somebody wants that
there is no
proper
personal
investigation
or
should be
vested
done,
interest
they
of
are
the
in
Mumbai
Supreme
police in
Court.
not registering an
Police,
FIR.
see, let me
They
complete.
have not
Mumbai
yet
police
declared the
knows,
investigation
Mumbai
as
police
closed.
knows that
If they declare
once the FIR is
investigation as closed
registered,
and
then
they
the
don't
probe will happen,
register an FIR, then
and
this
if the government
question
changes,
is valid.
then
Otherwise
it can
it's done.
move to CBI. The only fear Mumbai police has is that the probe will be conducted once the FIR is registered. Now coming on Riya Chakravarti, well, I don't know why Riya Chakravarti is so much important for whole political
Law and order is a
system
state
of
subject.
Maharashtra state government, that everyone is trying to protect her, that I don't know how many stakes are behind Riya, and if she has done something wrong, that will come in the charge sheet. What is her fear if she herself is wanting CBI investigation, and now when appropriate agencies are investigating, why she is running away? Why she is not cooperating in all the investigations?
No representative of Maharashtra state is stopping it.
Anand Ranganathan, 1 minute. Anand Ranganathan, I want to get you in. Anand Ranganathan, I want you to read this letter.
He doesn't want
And
to
we are
make
talking
this
about an
Bihar
emotional
versus
man.
Maharashtra debate.
An emotional man, and this letter, the family says, was written in front of Riya. And it was written in April last year. And just read the letter. If I read the letter, and if you heard me at the beginning of the show, the letter for my best Sona Chidiya, from the immense width of my soul to the depth and web of my knowledge, and then the deserving keeper of my mother's light. In the dark unfolding of any judgment, you are my marker and you are my fact. And then you, my ravishing sister, are also my pauses in my betweens, between love and respect. Your confused bhai. This is the relationship between brother and sister. Why don't normally conspiracy theories are said Hindi film se aayi hai, but here we are talking about a Bollywood plot. Wasn't it possible that Riya was jealous of this love?
Good evening, Navika. I think, it's not for me to say, but what I can say is that the letter, the words were heartrending. And incidentally, when you started your show, you actually hit the nail on the head. Because on one hand, you have Miss Riya Chakrabarti crying out, and castigating people for conducting a media trial, which is what she's actually doing in her favor, selectively leaking these things and, making Sushant as if, some sort of a bipolar schizophrenic. But I don't understand one thing. Why does Riya want the case to be handled by the CBI when the Mumbai police registered an FIR an hour after they found the body with suspicious injuries and no suicide note? When they sealed the crime scene immediately and carried out a detailed forensic examination? When they arrested the person who leaked the photos? When they took the written statement of the man who was the first on the scene and allowed to walk around it? When they started probing, within 2 days, the financial angle after they registered the FIR to probe massive bank transfers, possibly to fraudulent companies. When they went to Bihar to take Sushant's father's statement. When they probed the connection between Sushant's death and death of his secretary a week before. When they probed all these things, why did Riya want a CBI probe? But to be serious, there was an awkward moment in the Supreme Court today. Please give me 30 seconds, Navika. When Riya's counsel was asked about, by the bench, but didn't you yourself want the case to be transferred to the CBI? The reply was revealing. Yes, they said they did, but only from Mumbai police to the CBI. What this implied was that the Maharashtra government would have had to request the transfer. And we know this is something they would never do. Why would they? Given that they are turning a blind eye to all these botch-ups, including not filing even an FIR after 2 months. Revealing also, because one would have thought she'd want the best possible agency to handle this case, no matter what the route that is followed to get that agency to handle this case. Also, once the CBI comes in, there is no role for the other police force or forces. So why this trepidation?
And Shreya, I want to ask you, if she wanted to get to the bottom of the truth, and she said that she was in love with Sushant, she loved him so much, it's now that she's being trolled and the media is turned against her. I want to ask you, if she wanted the truth, was the Mumbai police giving any truth to anybody?
So Mumbai police filed a UD immediately after Sushant's death. Within 24 hours, they could have turned it into a FIR. They had that privilege under 174 CRPC, but they failed in last 2 months to do so. So clearly, Mumbai police has no intention to file a FIR. Until an FIR can be filed, no investigation can start. Any investigator will tell you that in a case where there are too many coincidences, there is foul play. So the family is slandered. There are shell companies coming. The depression theory is all over the place. Mumbai police gives undue support to the accused, number one. And it is said, this theory is peddled that Sushant had no work, therefore he was depressed, which has been debunked by 3 producers, Ramesh Taurani, Nikhil Advani, Kumar Mangat. And on top of that, CBI comes in and within a day, it actually goes and files a FIR showing intent that it actually wants to investigate the case and also showing that there is enough material to investigate the case. Therefore, when there is enough material to investigate the case, why is it that after 2 months, no FIR has been filed by Mumbai police and showing the intent of Mumbai police that it doesn't want to investigate. Therefore, when Riya Chakrabarti supports Mumbai police, she is in turn saying that I support Mumbai police not investigating and just doing parade of 52, 56 producers and all this fame and news that they are getting every day. That is all. And when she was comfortable with that, she tweeted that she wants a CBI inquiry. But the moment Bihar police comes into the picture...
Absolutely. And let me ask Dr. Sumansi Raman that question. Yeah. If Riya wants the truth, if she says she loves Sushant, would she not want the truth out? The world is asking these questions. And Riya doesn't.
Navika.
Between 8th and 13th, she blocks Sushant's calls. Before the 8th, she was living with him. 8th and 13th, she blocks the calls. And on 19th of June, she puts out a tweet wishing Mahesh Bhatt happy birthday. Fine. Anybody can wish anybody on Twitter. But she says, I love you. Now, somebody who's lost a loved one 5 days ago puts out a tweet like that. Well, I'm not putting out a judgment. I'm just saying it's curious. And now she doesn't want anybody else but the Mumbai police to look at the facts of the case. Why, Suman?
Navika, I would advise everybody on the show to read an article which has been written by the Mumbai bureau chief of another television channel, which is titled The 9 o'clock Judges in Sushant Singh Rajput Case. I wonder who he was actually referring to, but there are so many people who are judges here who are, giving out, saying, I really shouldn't be saying this and then saying it. I'm not imputing any motives, but I think I will say this.
Dr. Sumansi Raman, I love you for the supercilious attitude and I love you for the cynicism that you display. But having said that, Dr. Sumansi Raman, most humbly, can I say to you that if we had not raised questions, would this matter be in Supreme Court today? Would it be?
How does it matter whether it's the Supreme Court or not?
If the Supreme Court is spending 3 days listening to this case, you don't think these questions are worth?
With due respect to the Honorable Supreme Court, I think that I do not believe that they have taken up this matter merely because of media. If media starts doing a trial in every case, and immediately Supreme Court will take up those cases just because media is highlighting those issues, I think that then it's a sad state of affairs. The Supreme Court should consider it on the merits of the case which is presented to it, not because of what a particular...
Of course, you are twisting my words. I'm not saying the Supreme Court is going to look. But everybody in Maharashtra wanted to shut the case on day one. The Mumbai police and the Home Minister of Maharashtra, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, am I wrong? Am I wrong when I ask this question? Everybody wanted the case shut on day one.
Well, all the facts that we have seen, including now, excuse me, all the facts we have seen until the day Riya herself wanted the case to be transferred to the CBI. What do they point to? That supposedly the world's best police, according to my good friend Tehseen, was not up to the task. Now, am I contradicting anything? Otherwise, let Tehseen answer this fact. If Mumbai police was the world's greatest police, then why did Riya Chakrabarti want the case transferred to the CBI? This is just logic.
Answer that, Tehseen.
I'll answer it. 2 quick points answering Anand. Anand, you're a man of science and data. You know I respect you. The CBI conviction rate in major cases is 3.96% revealed by the Rajnath Singh ji to the parliament. The Mumbai police conviction rate is the highest in the country at 55%. Point number 2. Is Navika ma'am suggesting that the Honorable Supreme Court, before whose majesty I bow, listens to cases for 3 days, 4 days based on what happens at 9 o'clock on TV channel? I'm just asking, because she asked me if I'm going to be a judge. I can tell you one thing, I will never be a judge. If I ever become a judge, you'll take a Rajya Sabha. That's a promise.
You know, you want to jump to conclusion because it suits you, but the question, Anand Ranganathan, that they want to twist is that they had shut the case on day 1. It is the media questioning, it is Times Now's relentless investigation that has opened this case.
Navika, please allow me to respond, because my good friend Tehseen is contradicting himself. He said Mumbai police is the world's best police, and I asked him, if that was the case, why did Riya want the case transferred to the CBI? And what does he say? The conviction rate for Mumbai police is 50% and that of CBI is 5%. That means Riya wanted to transfer the case to CBI so that the people, the killers, were never convicted. Ye kya bol rahe ho, yaar?
Navika, can I respond?
Can I answer that? Riya may have thought of why she wanted the case transferred. Clearly putting on Twitter and tweeting Amit Shah is not the way. The only way that can happen is either the Maharashtra police orders it or the court orders it. The fact of
So you are saying that she knew the Mumbai police will never refer it, and therefore she was safe.
Doesn't matter to refer it or the court has liberty to decide.
Gaurav Bhatia, Tehseen Poonawalla is giving the game away. He's saying that she only tagged Mr. Amit Shah because she knew unless the Mumbai police referred and the state government referred the case to CBI, it would never go, and that's what she knew would happen.
You know, Navika, this is what happens when you have little knowledge of law and when you are not even prepared with facts. But let me say this, I congratulate Times Now for being like a hawk and then ensuring that Mumbai police is made accountable rather than being like baby penguin trying to shield culprits. So any day, I think media has done a fabulous job, and those wielding power, those who were duty bound to ensure that justice is provided to the family of Sushant Singh Rajput, have failed. Now, for the benefit of the viewers, quickly making points. Did the Mumbai police register an FIR? No, they did not. They ought to have. Did they seize all mobile phones that could have led to vital evidence? No, they did not. Did they record the statement of Sushant Singh Rajput's father, which was very vital for investigation to determine whether it is a suicide or whether it is a murder? They did not. Whether they sent a forensic team to the site of occurrence? They did not. These are all lapses that speaks volumes, and it shows that again there is an invisible hand that is tampering with evidence.
Vikas Gupta, the questions that are being raised by people in this country, and it's, of course, the news channels are following the story, they are questioning the theories that have been put out, but it's also the people's voice. And Vikas Gupta, I want to ask you, there are questions that are coming up in the manner in which this case has been handled. And these questions are genuine. They're coming up from the people. I want to ask you, Vikas Gupta, why should the people of this country not ask that whether maybe Riya is not responsible at all? Maybe there are other powerful people behind her. Who are the people? Nobody has said that it is Riya. Have we said that? No. The investigations are on, but we as citizens of this country need to know, was there a powerful lobby behind Riya? Was there a powerful lobby despite Riya and Sushant? What's the truth?
No, Navika, truth must come out, and there's no doubt about it. And I'm not, at the very outset, I'm not opposing a CBI investigation into the matter. But point here is, just because I'm the last one, Gaurav Bhatia said that at the inquest of 174, FIR ought to have been registered. No, that is not the correct case. Let me make it clear to him. No, Gaurav, I've hardly got any time.
Yeah, but don't put words in my mouth, things that I didn't say. Under these circumstances, after the inquest report, FIR ought to have been registered.
Unless and until Mumbai police comes to a conclusion that a cognizable offence has been committed.
Well, you also nailed it. Vikas Gupta, you nailed it. The Mumbai police has to come to a conclusion that there was wrongdoing. But on day one, the Mumbai police, the Home Minister of Maharashtra came to a conclusion that there was nothing wrong and this was a suicide. In February, they did not register a case because they felt the family was not submitting a written complaint. So they allowed the star to be killed, to die out of, hanging himself, whatever. The Mumbai police did not act then. The Mumbai police did not act now. The Mumbai police did not even take an FSL team to the spot. They did not even collect all the evidence. They did not look at phone records. They did not look at companies. They did not look at money transactions. I want to ask this country, just what was the Mumbai police hoping? That nobody would ask any questions? That this would be another morning in Mumbai? Because people come, people go, people die, people commit suicide, they come under a bus, and this would only be a statistic? That's the question we are asking. And I want to show you this video. This video, if we can just play the sound on. And that is the poster. That is the poster that has been put up in California. Justice for Sushant. Justice for Sushant. It is something that is being demanded by Indians here and Indians across the world. And justice is what we will fight for. Who's responsible, we don't know. But Times Now, once again, puts out, as I thank my panelists, I want to leave you with this letter written by Sushant Singh Rajput in his own writing to his dear sister Priyanka. And this is the tribute that he wrote. For my best Sona Chidiya, from the immense width of my soul, to the depth and web of my knowledge, and then the deserving keeper of my mother's light, in the dark unfolding of any judgment. You are my marker and you are my fact. And then you, my ravishing sister, are also my pauses in my betweens, between love and respect, your confused pie. This is the letter for Priyanka. The Priyanka Riya wants the world to believe is pure evil. What's the truth? That's what we want to know. Thank you for joining me on the News Hour tonight.